When we reach the age of 70 and beyond, many of us begin to notice the little changes in our bodies. The moments when getting up from the chair takes a bit longer, when a short walk feels more tiring, or when lifting our grocery bags seems like a challenge. But here's something I want you to remember. Getting older doesn't mean you have to slow down or feel trapped by your mobility. In fact, with the right habits and a few smart tips, you can keep moving with ease, stay active, and feel vibrant. Today, we're going to talk about something really important: how to move around easily after 70. It's all about understanding your body, making small but meaningful changes, and embracing habits that can help you stay as mobile and independent as possible. We'll go over 5 simple mobility tips that can make a huge difference in your daily life. And trust me, these tips are not just for now. They're investments in your long-term health and well-being. First, let me say this. It's never too late to start moving more, even if you've never been an avid walker or exerciser. These tips are designed to meet you where you are, to help you feel more confident and capable in your movements. So, let's dive in and take a look at the first tip that can really help you move around with more ease. The first tip I want to share is something that's often overlooked, but it can make a huge difference: strengthening your legs. We all know that as we age, our muscles can lose some of their strength. But here's the thing. Strong legs are the foundation for almost everything we do. Whether you're getting up from a chair, walking to the mailbox, or even just standing to cook a meal, your legs are carrying the load. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't want to go to the gym or start lifting heavy weights. And you know what? That's okay. Strengthening your legs doesn't have to involve complicated exercises or heavy equipment. Simple movements, like squats, standing up from a seated position without using your hands, or even practicing standing on one leg, can make a world of difference. These exercises not only strengthen your legs, but they also improve your balance, which is key for preventing falls, a concern many of us have as we get older. Start small. If you're not used to doing these kinds of exercises, begin with just a few repetitions and slowly increase the number as your body gets stronger. And remember, every little bit counts. The goal is not to strain yourself, but to build a steady routine that you can stick to. You can do these exercises right in your living room, in front of the TV, or while you're waiting for your coffee to brew. Strengthening your legs also has another benefit. It improves your circulation. As we age, circulation can sometimes slow down, but leg exercises can keep your blood flowing, which helps with overall mobility. In fact, simple movements can be so effective that you may notice an improvement in how you feel throughout the day. Less stiffness, more energy, and greater ease when moving around. Now that we've talked about strengthening your legs, let's move on to the second tip: staying flexible. As we get older, our muscles and joints can start to feel tighter, and this stiffness can make everyday movements feel more difficult. But here's the good news. Flexibility is something you can work on every day, and it doesn't have to take much time. One of the easiest ways to improve your flexibility is through stretching. You don't need to be able to touch your toes or do any fancy yoga poses. Simple stretches like reaching overhead, stretching out your legs while sitting, or gently twisting your torso can make a big difference. Stretching helps keep your joints lubricated and muscles long, which reduces the feeling of tightness that many people experience as they age. If you're new to stretching, try to hold each stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds, breathing deeply as you do. The goal isn't to push yourself too hard, but to gently ease your body into these movements. Stretching can be done in the morning when you wake up or in the evening to unwind. It's a wonderful way to loosen up after a day of sitting or standing, and it can help you maintain a better range of motion as you move throughout your day. You'll likely notice that as your flexibility improves, you can move more freely and without as much discomfort. Activities that used to feel difficult, like bending down to tie your shoes, reaching for something on a high shelf, or even walking upstairs, will become easier. You'll also find that you're less likely to experience aches and pains that come from being stiff. Stretching can be a powerful way to keep your body feeling young. Now, with these 2 tips, strengthening your legs and improving flexibility, you're already setting a solid foundation for easier movement. But I want to emphasize that these are not just one-time fixes. They're habits you'll want to incorporate into your daily life. because the more consistently you practice them, the better results you'll see. In the next part of this video, we're going to talk about some additional tips that will help you keep moving smoothly. But for now, take a moment to think about how you can start incorporating these first 2 tips into your routine. Whether it's doing a few leg exercises while watching TV or adding a couple of stretches in the morning, every little change will add up over time. So, let's take a breath and let those ideas sink in. You're well on your way to moving more easily, and I can't wait to share the next tips with you. Stay tuned. Now that you've got a solid foundation with strengthening your legs and improving your flexibility, let's move on to the next key habits that can make a big difference in your mobility. These tips build on the first 2, and they're all about creating a lifestyle that encourages movement without strain or discomfort. The third tip I want to share is incorporating balance exercises into your routine. Balance often becomes a concern as we age, but the good news is that it's something we can actively work on. The better our balance, the less likely we are to fall or feel unsteady when walking, getting up, or standing for long periods. One of the simplest and most effective balance exercises is standing on one leg. Now, before you start thinking this sounds too challenging, let me reassure you. It's easier than it sounds. You don't need to be a gymnast to benefit from balance work. Begin by standing next to a chair or counter so you can hold on for support if needed. Then, lift one foot off the ground, trying to stand on the other leg for 10 to 20 seconds. If that feels easy, try it without holding on. Once you've done one leg, switch to the other. Start by doing this for a minute or 2 a few times a day. It's a great way to activate your core and leg muscles while improving your balance at the same time. Over time, you'll notice that standing on one leg becomes less wobbly, and you'll feel steadier when walking, getting out of bed, or navigating uneven ground. Balance exercises don't have to be limited to standing on one leg, though. You can also try heel-to-toe walking, simply placing one foot directly in front of the other, as though walking along a tightrope. This exercise challenges your coordination and stability, and it's something you can practice in your living room, or even while walking around the house. The more you practice, the better your overall balance will be. The fourth tip is about maintaining a healthy weight. Now, this one might sound a bit obvious, but it's incredibly important for mobility, especially as we get older. Carrying extra weight puts added strain on your joints, especially the knees, hips, and lower back. If you've ever experienced joint pain or stiffness, you know how challenging it can be to stay active when every step feels like it's adding pressure to your body. Maintaining a healthy weight not only reduces this strain, but it also improves your energy levels and overall mobility. It's not about trying to lose weight quickly or following a restrictive diet, but rather about making small, sustainable changes to your eating habits and daily routine. You can start by incorporating more fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins into your meals and reducing processed foods. Staying hydrated also helps keep your body functioning at its best. If you're able to maintain a healthy weight, you'll notice less pressure on your joints, which means you'll feel lighter and more agile. You'll find that walking, climbing stairs, or even carrying groceries becomes easier and less painful. In addition to eating well, regular physical activity can help you maintain a healthy weight, so try to find a form of movement that you enjoy. Walking, swimming, or even gentle chair exercises are excellent ways to stay active without overexerting yourself. The key is consistency. Staying active even in small ways helps you maintain a healthy weight over time, and that in turn keeps your body moving with more ease. Lastly, the fifth tip I want to share is staying mindful of your posture. I know it might sound a little simple, but trust me, posture has a huge impact on how we move. When we slouch or hunch over, we put extra strain on our muscles and joints, which can lead to discomfort, fatigue, and even pain. Maintaining good posture helps your body move more freely and efficiently, and it can also reduce the risk of developing issues like back pain or muscle tension. Start by paying attention to how you're standing or sitting throughout the day. Try to keep your shoulders back and down, your chest open, and your head aligned with your spine. When you're sitting, make sure your feet are flat on the floor and your knees are at a 90-degree angle. If you're standing for a long time, shift your weight from one foot to the other every so often, or try using a footrest to relieve pressure. You might feel a little awkward at first if you're not used to focusing on your posture, but the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Good posture doesn't just improve your mobility, it also makes you look and feel more confident. When your body is aligned properly, you'll have less strain on your muscles and joints, which means less discomfort and more freedom to move. As you begin to implement these balance exercises, maintain a healthy weight, and focus on your posture, you'll start to notice some wonderful changes. You'll feel steadier, stronger, and more confident in your movements. Activities that once seemed daunting, like taking a walk in the park or climbing stairs, will feel easier and less taxing. And the best part is that these changes don't require anything drastic. With just a little time and effort each day, you can keep moving with ease and enjoy all the benefits that come with it. Next, we'll explore how all these habits can come together to support your long-term mobility and independence. But for now, take a moment to reflect on how these tips might fit into your life. Whether you're working on your balance or taking small steps toward maintaining a healthy weight, every little effort counts. Stay with me as we continue this journey toward effortless movement. Now that we've covered some of the foundational steps to moving more easily, let's take a deeper dive into how all these pieces come together to support your mobility, independence, and overall well-being. The goal here isn't just to talk about exercises and habits in isolation. It's about creating a lifestyle that promotes easy movement and keeps you feeling vibrant for years to come. So, let's wrap up with some final tips that will tie everything together. One of the most important things to remember is that small, consistent changes add up over time. You don't need to commit to hours of exercise every day or drastically change your entire routine. Instead, focus on incorporating the habits we've discussed into your daily life, bit by bit. The more you do them, the more natural they'll become, and before long, you'll notice that you're moving around with more ease and less discomfort. This is all about creating a routine that works for you at your own pace. Now, I want to touch on the importance of mindful movement. A lot of us, especially as we get older, can fall into the trap of being too focused on getting from point A to point B without thinking about the way we move in the process. Whether you're walking to the kitchen, getting up from a chair, or carrying something, paying attention to your movements can make a huge difference in how your body feels. Try to avoid rushing through tasks or moving in a way that puts strain on your joints and muscles. For example, when you're getting up from a chair, don't just push yourself up with your hands. Engage your legs and core. This simple change helps strengthen those muscles over time, and it can make it easier to get up without feeling any discomfort. When walking, take a moment to focus on your posture, standing tall with your shoulders back and your core engaged. Not only will this improve your alignment, but it will also give you more energy and stability as you move. Another key to improving mobility is staying mentally engaged in your movement. This goes beyond just physical activity. It's about keeping a positive mindset and staying open to new ways of staying active. Whether it's trying out a new type of exercise, like Tai Chi or swimming, or simply exploring a different route for your daily walk, mental engagement is crucial. The more variety and challenge you introduce into your movement routine, the more your body will adapt and grow stronger. I also want to highlight the value of social support in maintaining mobility. It's so easy to let our routines slip as we get older, especially when we feel isolated or have a tendency to stay in our comfort zones. But having a walking buddy, joining a local exercise class, or even just connecting with friends or family who support your active lifestyle can make a world of difference. Not only will it keep you motivated, but social interaction itself can help improve your mood and energy levels, which in turn benefits your overall mobility. Lastly, as you continue to focus on these tips, keep in mind that listening to your body is just as important as staying active. If you're ever feeling pain or discomfort, don't push through it. There's a big difference between challenging yourself and overdoing it, and understanding that balance will help you avoid injuries. If something feels off, take a break, rest, and allow your body the time it needs to recover. This is a long-term journey, and treating your body with care and respect will help you stay active for many years to come. As we wrap up, I want to remind you that your body is incredibly resilient, and no matter your age, there's so much you can do to keep moving. Whether you're practicing balance exercises, focusing on flexibility, maintaining a healthy weight, or paying attention to your posture, each of these small steps has a cumulative effect on your ability to stay mobile and independent. The more you invest in your movement, the more you'll get out of it, and the better you'll feel every day. Remember, mobility is about so much more than just physical ability. It's about maintaining your independence, enjoying life's simple pleasures, and feeling confident in your body. So take pride in the progress you've made, no matter how small it might seem. You've already taken the first step toward a more mobile, active lifestyle, and that's something to celebrate. I hope these tips have inspired you to keep moving and to find joy in the process. And if you feel like sharing your thoughts or experiences, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I'm so grateful to have you here with me on this journey. Before you go, make sure to like this video if it helped you, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips and inspiration. Together, we're building a community that encourages movement, well-being, and vitality at every age. Here's to living your best life, no matter how old you are. Keep moving, stay strong, and remember, your body is capable of amazing things. I'm cheering you on every step of the way.